9 o'clock, I guess. And I go in, and she told me that the boss hasn't come in, but he should be here any moment. So the boss, she went to the boss, and she said, the boss said, we don't need anyone to, what do you know, I mean, to typewrite or for shorthand. So I said, can I talk to the boss? She said, of course, sure. So I went to the boss and I said, I mean, what can I do? How can I help? I mean, I only have 10 marks, that's all. So he said, listen, all I can think of, you could go to the airport and you can carry luggage there and freight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. So I made a little money there.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 days later, Herbert Dreyfus, he arrived. And what I have to say is, when I arrived, before I arrived, when I said goodbye to Herbert, he told me, he said, in Stuttgart, he said, let me know what I can bring. I mean, the little you can buy here,
Mm-hmm.
what could I bring, which we can maybe sell there, you know, to get more money.
Yeah.
Yes. So I asked the boss there, I said, what could you bring? He said, horseradish.
Really?
Oh.
I said, horseradish? He said, horseradish, yes. So I sent a telegram, I asked him what it would cost. He said, it doesn't cost you anything. We send our telegrams, we send it, but only 10 words,
Yeah.
including the address.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent him a telegram which said, gut gelandet, which means arrived well, bring Meerrettich. Bring
Horseradish.
Bring horseradish. He thought I must have arrived nuts, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, you couldn't buy it in the stores or anything. You had to get the
Raw materials.
Land, the whole
Yeah.
land, you know, it looks dark, you know, grayish black, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came, actually, he had about 1/3 of his suitcase, he had horseradish. So because in Barcelona at the time, it was right after the Civil War, they didn't have much to eat. Fish they had plenty because it was
The ocean.
Yes. So they liked the horseradish because it was going with the fish. It gave them a different taste.
Flavor, sure.
Yeah, flavor.
So we traded in for bread, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and for fish, whatever we could.
Mm-hmm.
And Herbert also worked with me on at the airport, also carrying freight.
Mm-hmm.
But then after about a week or so, we didn't. He told us we cannot continue anymore now. He fired us, and he said, "But I don't know. Maybe you can find something else." He was very nice about it. I mean, he was not like the guys in Germany. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And now Herbert, I remember I brought in my suitcase, I brought a typewriter. And Herbert, he played well the accordion.
Mm-hmm.
He played he brought the accordion.
Mm-hmm.
And we went on the street now, believe it or not, on Rambla in Catalunya, and he was playing and I was singing. Panhandling.
Wonderful.
Yes, yes. We didn't get it much, but we got a few pesetas.
Sure.
This is what was I singing? I didn't know many songs. Ich hatte einen Kameraden, you know. German songs we learned in school, you
sure.
know. People looked at us mightily strange, you know. Two young guys there, 18 or 19 years old.
Singing in German. Singing in German.
And so after 2 days or so, the fellow, that boss of the branch of the Lufthansa, when he came in and he saw us, we didn't start singing in the morning. We started singing in the afternoon, you know, because there was no business to be in the morning. And so he said, listen, there is some Jewish agency I heard of where refugees from Germany, you know, they helped them. I said, well, could you find out for us where it is? And he did, and we went there and they helped us. I mean, we slept there in a room with 20 other people, and they gave us food too. And then after a few days, they gave us even a pass to go to a third-class hotel. It was a very stingy hotel. Yes. But listen, to us, anything looked good.
Sure.
I remember we were hardly in that hotel and had just started to unpack, yes. And there were 2 prostitutes coming up, yes, just in the petticoats. At that time they had the petticoats, you know,
Yeah.
petticoats. And they were starting to talk in Spanish. We didn't understand the word, you know. And we came to understand we didn't have any money. So when we told them we didn't have any money,
Yeah, they
they
went.
disappeared.
Business.
So one day I'll take now just a story that I had in Barcelona. We felt now much better already, you know, now we had a few pesetas. So one evening, we went to towards the port of the city, where the monument there of Cristobal
Columbus,
there. And we went back on a sidewalk. We wanted to see something of Barcelona. We hadn't seen anything. So we come there, so there must have been a red light district or something, I don't know. But we came there we heard music, and there was a man standing there in a uniform, you know, with silver buttons and a hat, you know. And he said, well, come in. We heard music, come in, listen, we were 19 years old. Anything goes.
Yeah, yeah.
We went in there, you know. And in there they were playing, they had a band there, and we were, I don't know, 4 or 5 people, and they were dancing. And we were standing there, you know, looked around. While we looked around, there were 2 girls coming. They said, sit down, and we said, sit down. So they started to drink, to order drinks, you know. So Herbert looked at me, I looked at Herbert, you know. He said, order drinks. I said, we don't know, you know. So they ordered drinks for us. We didn't even know what the hell it was. And after the second or third drink, they told us, arriba, arriba. That is a word I understood, you know. But we gave that to understand we don't have any money. So they left again. Now Herbert and I, we were sitting there, and we knew we had to pay. But we certainly didn't have the money for that, to pay that much. So Herbert said, listen, I mean, I'm going to leave and you're going to leave. Let's leave together. I said, we can leave together. I said, okay, then I'm going to leave first. I said, no, listen, let's do it fairly again, yes.
So we're going, verder going.
Well, he left first. He walked slowly there where the people were dancing, and then I didn't see him anymore. So I did the same thing. I hoped he wouldn't catch me. And when I came there to the aisle there, where the fellow was standing there in his uniform, he said, buenas noches to me, buenas noches to you. I said, buenas noches. Was running the
And you left.
We left. Well, we didn't have to pay. We never had the money to pay.
Sure, yeah.
I just tell you some of the little
Sure,
side stories there. So in Barcelona, through that agency, and we both had a waiting number in the United States. We both, mine was 23,571, and Herbert had one too. They asked us, we said, listen, we would be called in 2 or 3 years. They said, listen, we can try to get an emergency visa for you, you know. So they handled it back and forth, and in the meantime we worked in their office. I mean, there I could apply my
You type this as
my
shorthand.
German shorthand, because they had a lot of German correspondence there. And typewriting. And Herbert could typewrite, he didn't know how to say shorthand. So we finally, after about, they gave us an extension. Had to ask for an extension for the visa there. We had a transit visa for another 30 or 60 days. And then they got the visa from
From the United States?
Emergency visa.
What year is this now?
They got-
This is 1941 still.
That was in August. It was at the end of August of 41.
41.
Yes. Oh, it was hot in Barcelona. And there the stores, they all closed at 2 o'clock, and they opened again, I don't know, at 4 or 5 o'clock. So there was also a German Jew there who had lived in Barcelona for a long time. And when we met him, he invited us to go to Fronton. I never saw a
Fronton game,
before in my life, you know. It looked strange to me, throwing these tennis balls, you know, and put the slips in there. So we got a visa, and Herbert, he got a booking from Bilbao, and I got a booking from Barcelona. My ship was Ciudad de Sevilla, his ship was Magallanes. And I remember what I forgot to say in Stuttgart. I had to go back. In Stuttgart, the last thing you had to do before you left, when you had all the permits, you had to go to the Gestapo, to secret police, and get their final okay. So I'm going back to Stuttgart now, before I immigrated.
Okay.
And I showed them the Heil Hitler, you had to stand there 3 yards before the desk, you know, and tell them, Jude, you know, Ricardo Israel Pick. I want to announce myself, asking for the